Hello everyone, in today's chess video, we are going to look at an example of winning and losing chess positions. In my earlier video, I had made a completely detailed video on winning and losing chess position. So you can imagine this as a continuation of that video. And I'd mentioned in that video that this is going to be my next video in where I show a game between world champion Magnus Carlsen and Gawain Jones and how Magnus Carlsen defends and saves his game by a material down. So here we have Magnus Carlsen with the white pieces and Gawain Jones with the black pieces. So let's go. So Magnus Carlsen starts with e4, we have c5, Sicilian defense, we have knight f3, d6, d4, takes, then we have knight f6, c3, g6 trying to go for the fianchetting of the bishop, the dragon variation. Then we have bishop e3, now both the bishops develop, f3, knight c6, queen d2, castles, long castles by white. So here, this is a very common positions as the Sicilian Open dragon variation, in which both the sides of castle, black has castle short, white has castle long. They've developed their pieces and let's go. So we have d5 now encouraging to open the position even more. But what Carlsen plays is queen e1, which is sort of a strange move because the most popular moves here are either e captures d5 or king to b1. But queen to e1 is also not that bad. So here we have e5 opening the center. Then we have knight captures c6, pawn captures c6, e captures d5, knight captures d5. And here Carlsen plays bishop c4, pressuring the knight here so he can win the pawn after all the trades. Then we have bishop e6, obviously defending it, so no win for Carlsen, no material win for Carlsen. Then we have king b1, always a good move in long castle positions to, protect all the pawns. As you can see, the king was not protecting this pawn, so always a useful move. Then you have rook e8, knight e4, f5, and knight g5. So now here we reach an important point or position in the game where now Carlsen's knight is going for the attack here, and it is only being defended by the bishop. So here what Jones does it is pretty nice. He goes for a tactical plan which Carlsen misses it. So he plays bishop c1. Now what Carlsen is thinking that his knight is well defended, so he can just go with the attack. So he plays the move g4. But what he misses is the move f4. So if you go back here, if you see that this knight is only protected by the bishop. So if somehow this bishop is blocked or taken, then this knight can also be taken. So Jones played f4, which also attacks the bishop, but also attacks the knight, as the bishop is not longer protecting the knight, so the queen can take. But Carlsen here sits back and relaxes and just plays the move h4. What his intentions are to make an attack. As I said in my previous video, if you're playing a losing position, so I'll just show you. After this, Carlsen is down. He looks for opportunities. So as I said in my previous video, when you're in a losing position, you have to look for opportunities. You don't have to give up. That is what exactly Carlsen does. So Carlsen plays the move queen captures e3. Now obviously you cannot take this knight. You cannot take this queen with the knight because it is pinned. So we have h6, as this knight is very deadly dangerous. So first Carlsen plays the move queen c5. We have bishop b7, which was played in the game. But if Carlsen had played, if white had not played something like queen c5 and played something like knight e4, then you can play something like bishop e6, defending the knight. Queen c5 now doesn't work because then queen b6 and you have to trade queens, which is obviously suitable for black as it is material out. So we have queen c5 here, then we have bishop b7 defending the pawn, then we have knight e4 now, then we have rook e6 defending and stabilizing the position, then we have h5. Now in these positions, when an opponent plays the move h5, should not take this because you open those lines and then it is clearly an advantage for white because then the rooks can come into play and damage your king or harass your king. So basically, you should close them and just never allow the rooks to go. So what Jones does it. Jones is not even that bad, but doesn't play the most accurate move. He plays the move Queen B6, threatening to exchange. But what Carlsen does is just goes G5. So what Carlsen is intending is that if he trades the queens, so if there's a queen trade, after all this, the rook will have to go behind. We can simply play knight captures b7. Rook will have to take. Rook captures d5. Pawn captures d5, and bishop captures d5 is a double attack on the rooks. So wherever the king goes, we just simply take this, and now Carlsen is up 2 pawns, and the king is gone because of the pawn play by white. So this didn't happen, and after this g5, and he had to take this. I wish he had not taken this because now what happens is Carlsen can just simply open this, and he has a really good and clear attack. What Carlsen does is goes back because if he would have taken, he had no more of that tactic, and then after all that, black was easily winning. So Carlsen goes back as he had to avoid a queen trade. Then we have rook to b8, b3 stabilizing here, so no taking on b2. And we have queen d4 or queen d8, sorry. So Carlsen takes this free pawn on a7. Then we have pawn captures h5. Now this is not a good move by my recommendations because now both the files have been given to white rooks, and then they can just enjoy the party. So what white does is just takes this pawn on h5, very simple. Then we have rook g6 defending the pawn. Then we have this, and this is a clever move by Carlsen because you cannot take this rook. If you take, you have knight takes, and if you take this knight, your rook is hanging, and then your bishop's hanging as well. So you cannot take this knight. So that's why Carlsen played the move rook g5. And after this, the queen had to come on c8 for defending the rook. But now Carlsen doesn't care. Carlsen just goes straight for the attack. Carlsen plays rook g1, and now he's threatening moves like knight e6 because attacking the bishop when he's pinned, and you cannot take because of the overloading done by the queen. So we have rook a8 attacking the queen now. Carlsen goes back to queen e6. Then we have rook a6 attacking the queen furthermore. Queen goes to c5, and then we have queen c7. Then we go knight e4, and the knight wants to come to here. Maybe bishop captures b5 and threatening knight f6. Then we have king h8, so no more knight f6 and 4. So we have queen f2, looking for checks and some dangerous counterplay. Then we have queen e7. Now what Jones is trying to do is stabilize, but I think it's too late for him because after bishop captures a6, bishop captures a6, bishop captures a6, queen h2 is check as I said. King g8 and queen h6 is a very stylish move. We cannot take this because of the pin. And after something like queen e7, check, king comes here, rook to g5, looking for something like that. We have knight e3 preventing this, and then we have queen d6 check. King has to come here, knight comes here, bishop comes here, and now we have rook captures g7, and it is where Jones decides to resign because after something like king captures g7, Carlsen can simply play the move queen captures e5, and it's a fork for white. And after wherever the king moves, you take this, and now if you're 3 pawns against 3 pawns down against Carlsen in an endgame, you probably are stabbed to death. So this is where how Carlsen ends this game in a style, and this is a lesson for all of us that we should not resign in a losing position. We should just fight on at any stage and just not give up because we have to look for opportunities, attack the king, and just try and win the game. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments which video you want. Bye bye.